So great. Thank you for the invitation to come and meet with you all at the university. It's a great honor and privilege to be here with you today. So thank you. What I've decided to do in my presentation is just perhaps give an overview of the University of Dundee and some of the programs that we offer in our schools of life sciences, medicine and dentistry. So just a little bit about my background. I'm an academic based in the School of Life Sciences at the University of Dundee, but my background is as a physiologist. So I studied physiology as my undergraduate degree. I actually studied at Dundee University. I then did my PhD in amino acid membrane transport at the University of Newcastle in the northeast of England. And then I was involved in a number of postdoctoral positions, both in England and the US, before returning back to Dundee in Scotland. I was then appointed as a teaching lecturer back in 2005. I was appointed a senior lecturer, associate professor. And just at the start of this year, I was appointed as the university's academic regional lead for Southeast Asia. So that role accounts for about 40% of my working week. 60% is still teaching and administration. Up until taking on that role as regional lead, I was in charge of the first 2 years of our undergraduate program in life sciences. But I also lead a joint degree program that we have with NUS in Singapore. So, and as I mentioned, we're in the process of finalizing our double degree with THEA. So hopefully all subject to legal approval and Ministry of Education approval, and that should be on stream soon. So that's who I am. A little bit about Dundee. If you don't know where Dundee is, it's a small city located on the east coast of Scotland, just about an hour's drive from both Edinburgh and Glasgow, which are the two larger cities in Scotland. So Dundee is a small city on the east coast. I think Scotland as a country shares many characteristics with Indonesia. We have stunning landscapes, and we have a very rich cultural and historical heritage. And we also take pride in education. So there are similarities between our two countries. And if you haven't visited Scotland, I would thoroughly encourage you to do so, so that you can experience some of the landscapes and imagery that's summarized in these photographs here. As a University of Dundee, our key aim really is to transform lives. That's our objective. And we act both locally and globally to try and achieve that aim. So we try to make a difference. We work in an interdisciplinary and team-based approach. So for example, our undergraduate programs in life sciences are taught jointly by staff based in our School of Life Sciences, but also in our School of Medicine. And as a physiologist, I teach to life sciences students, medical and dental students. So I teach across those three schools. So really, we are a modern university working to try and solve 21st century problems. In terms of our global reputation, we are one of the top 20 universities in the UK. We're one of the world's top 250 universities. And we also rank very highly for impact. As I said, it's all about changing or transforming life. So impact is very important in all we do, be it teaching or research. We perform well in our graduate outcome surveys, and we do well for international student satisfaction as well. So we are very much a global institution. In terms of the university itself, we have a smaller number of students than your university. We have about 17,000 students. Our campus is located very close to the city centre in Dundee. In fact, we're only about a 5-minute walk. So one of the advantages about studying at the University of Dundee is it's easy to access. There's no requirement for you to rely on public transport. Everything is within a short walking distance. Most of our undergraduate students are able to obtain accommodation on campus. So again, they're not having to travel when they have classes. So they can fall out of bed 5 minutes before their class, and they're not going to be late. We also have excellent sport facilities and an award-winning student union. And as part of the student union, we have a very large number of clubs and societies that students can engage with out with their own studies. We have 10 schools at the University of Dundee, and I've listed those 10 schools there. Each school offers a number of undergraduate and postgraduate qualifications. The ones that I've highlighted in yellow, I'm going to focus in on particularly today, because I think it's of relevance to you as the invited audience. But one thing to flag is we also have a School of Health Sciences. This trains mostly students in nursing and midwifery. So, but I'm going to focus in on life sciences, medicine, and dentistry. One thing to note is that just recently, this is just a result published last week, the UK government undertakes a research excellence framework study approximately every 6 or 7 years. So the last one was back in 2014. The results for 2021 were just published last week. And following that, we have been assessed as having 84% of the research that's undertaken at the university as world leading or internationally excellent. So this is a great result for us as an institution. So we are excellent in research. Turning our attention to the School of Life Sciences, in that research excellence framework study, we've actually been the top university in the UK for research in the biological sciences in both the previous and the most recent research excellence framework study. So this ranks us higher than institutions such as Oxford or Cambridge or other universities in the UK. So we really are one of the top universities for research and top for biological research. I've also listed here just some of our other rankings as a School of Life Sciences. We rank 18th in the world, 6th in the UK for publications in biomedical and health sciences. There are a number of very successful spin-out companies that have evolved from the research that's undertaken within the School of Life Sciences. So we rank as 6th in the UK for our spin-out success. And we've also been ranked as the most influential scientific research institution for studies in pharmaceuticals. So as a university, we have excellence in research, but certainly our School of Life Sciences is world leading in research. Here I've listed just some of our research themes, and the ones that I've highlighted in yellow are the research divisions that are based within the School of Medicine. But we have very close collaboration and links between both the School of Life Sciences and the School of Medicine. So this will give you an idea of some of our research strengths. So why would a student wish to study life sciences with us? Well, for our teaching, we rank top 10 in the UK for biological and biomedical sciences. We're top 50 in the world for pharmacology and pharmacy. And as I mentioned previously, we have excellent graduate employability statistics in that 83% of our graduates were in graduate level employment or further study just 6 months after graduation. We really pride ourselves on giving our students an excellent experience, and we work hard to provide and support our students wherever we can. And all our teaching, all our undergraduate programs are informed by the research excellence that's undertaken within the schools. In terms of our undergraduate programs, we divide these into two main streams. We have what we call our biological stream, and these are the subject areas listed on the left-hand side. And then we have our biomedical programs. These are the ones listed here and boxed off in red. So within biomedical sciences, we have neuroscience, pharmacology, and physiological sciences as specific degree titles, but we also offer a general biomedical sciences degree, which allows students to pick and choose modules from these other subject specialisms. So the biomedical sciences focus on human form and function, whereas the biological sciences tend to specify more on the cellular and molecular subjects. One of our key research strengths in Dundee is in drug discovery. So we have a very active research group that's focusing particularly on trying to find drug targets for neglected tropical diseases. So that's potentially an area of interest to institutions here in Indonesia. And as I mentioned, we also have our joint degree program with the National University of Singapore. All our undergraduate programs have been accredited by the Royal Society of Biology. So that's, again, external validation of the quality of the teaching and content of the programs that we deliver at Dundee. In terms of biomedical sciences, our courses, as I've said, function on structure and normal function, but also some of the key aspects that you would expect of a biomedical sciences program. So we look at disease and ways to prevent or treat disease. We have anatomy, physiology, that goes from a molecular level all the way up to whole body. We have a focus for neuroscience on the brain and nervous system, and pharmacology clearly covers how drugs work. So students studying these programs will be exposed to some of the research excellence across there. In terms of our undergraduate programs, all our students study the same modules in the first 2 years of their program. So in Scotland, an undergraduate degree program is typically 4 years in duration. So that's a year longer than in England, where degrees typically are just 3 years. And that's based around the slightly different school education systems between Scotland and England. However, depending upon the qualifications and the level of qualifications, we do allow students to bypass our level 1, our first year of study, and come in as a direct level 2 entrant. And by doing so, they would then still study 3 years and qualify with a BSc honours degree. So we have flexibility in our entry level to our undergraduate programs. But in the first 2 years, all students, regardless of which degree they're specialising in, they study the same core curriculum in those 2 years. That allows them to all have the same level of background knowledge and practical skills by the time they complete second year. At the end of second year, that's where we ask our students to decide which specialism they wish to follow, whether they wish to follow a biological or a biomedical specialism. And that specialism continues into the 4th or final year of study. And in the final year, our students will undertake an 11-week research project, a full-time research project that takes place during semester 1. And all going to plan, the students will then complete level 4 and graduate with their honours degree. So that's how we structure our undergraduate program at Dundee. The key thing here is flexibility. So a student might enroll at the start of level 1 or level 2 on a physiology degree, but if they decide by the end of second year that their interest perhaps lies in biochemistry or pharmacology, they still have the option to change their degree route. So we do not fix our students in any way until the end of second year. We give them that choice and that option to choose their specialism, which is quite an attractive option for many students, because coming from school or college, they don't fully appreciate what all those subjects entail. They might not know much about neuroscience or pharmacology, but we expose our students to elements of all those different subjects in the first 2 years so that they can then make that informed decision on where they wish to specialize. In the first 2 years, we have class sizes of about 250 students per module. And there is very much an emphasis on lab-based practical work. So in terms of contact time that students have, they'll spend about 50% of their time on theory and 50% of the time in the lab-based practical classes. Then when they specialize at levels 3 and 4, the classes become smaller in size. So in level 3, the average class size is about 65. It drops to about 30 or 40 in the 4th and final year. And I've listed here just some of the specialist modules that are available as options to our students. So depending upon the degree pathway they follow, there will be some modules that are core for that particular program. And then there will be some options that allow students to select elective modules. And again, these specialist modules are very much aligned to the research divisions and the research strengths of our institution. Then in the 4th and final year, as I've said, in semester 1, our students undertake their final year research project. They also are expected to attend a regular program of seminars that are given by both internal and external guest speakers. And then in semester 2, they continue their studies by focusing in on some of those specialist modules taught by the world-class leading research scientists. And here I've just listed some of the undergraduate research projects that our students have undertaken in their final year here at the University of Dundee. A little bit about our joint degree programme with NUS. So on this programme, students will study the first 5 semesters. So that's midway through level 3 with us at the University of Dundee before moving to Singapore to complete semesters 6 to 8. For this particular program, we do have slightly higher entry requirements compared to our other undergraduate programs. And entry to this program is also subject to passing an application test and an interview. And as it's a joint award, graduates have a single graduation certificate that is badged by both institutions. Within the School of Life Sciences, we also offer a number of postgraduate qualifications. So we have taught postgraduate qualifications to MSc level, that's master's level. So these are 1-year full-time programs. We have our general biomedical and molecular sciences Masters of Science, but we also have some options that tag that with some business, entrepreneurship, management, and marketing. So again, this is very much tailored to students looking to build on their scientific background, but maybe make a transition into business, management, or marketing. So they're able to pick up some of the modules that are taught by our School of Business, combined with the top postgraduate programs in the School of Life Sciences. In addition to those top postgraduate programs, we also offer a Masters in Science by Research. So this is a full-time or part-time program where the students would be embedded in one of those world-class research labs. So that covers the School of Life Sciences. I'm going to have a couple of slides just on our medical program. So our medical program at Dundee, our undergraduate medical program, is ranked in the top 200 for medicine, according to the World QS rankings. And we're actually ranked 3rd in the UK for medicine. So our School of Medicine is based in a large teaching hospital, Nine Wells Hospital, located in Dundee. This is one of the largest teaching hospitals in Europe. So the school is embedded in the hospital, so has access to all the wards, all the clinics, and all the facilities within that large hospital. In terms of how the medical program is delivered, in terms of teaching, it's lecture-based. That includes problem-based learning. Dissection, we still offer full cadaver-based dissection for our medical students. We have a clinical skills centre that allows simulation-based learning. So our students will spend a lot of their time based there, in addition to the ward and clinical placements. In terms of assessment, we have case discussions, self-directed research, we have online exams, and we have our structured clinical exams called OSCEs. And as part of their degree program, successful award is based upon developing a professional portfolio at the end or towards the end of the program. One thing that might be of interest to international students, medical students, is this intercalated year. So this is where students can take a year out from their undergraduate medical program. So for our students, this is between years 3 and 4. And this allows medical students to specialize and study a topic in depth, anything ranging from basic science, clinical research, to education and teaching. And I've listed some of the specialisms for this intercalated medical program at the foot of this slide. So this allows medical students to take a year out, focus, and graduate with a BMSc honours degree before then returning to complete their undergraduate medical program. In the School of Medicine, there are also a number of postgraduate courses. So we have a number of master's courses that are listed on the left-hand side here. Included here are some specialist master's programs for graduates in medicine. So for example, orthopedic surgery is a postgraduate course specifically for those that already have a medical degree. But some of the others that are listed here are open to anybody that has graduated with an undergraduate life sciences degree. In the School of Medicine, there are a number of postgraduate distance learning courses, and we also have quite a prestigious medical education program. And there are different levels of award that people can study. They can study either the certificate, the diploma, or progress through to the full master's. And this medical education program is being fully accredited by the Academy of Medical Educators. And again, there are flexibility in the certificates and the titles of certificates awarded as medical education. And I've listed some of the specialisms here. So that covers the School of Medicine. We also have our School of Dentistry. Our School of Dentistry gains experience or allows students to gain experience treating patients in our own dental hospital. So like the School of Medicine, the School of Dentistry is based within the dental hospital within the city of Dundee. As a School of Dentistry, there are 2 programs on offer. There is our full dentistry program. This is a 5-year program, so it's the same duration as our medical program. But we also offer an oral health sciences BSc program. This is a 3-year program. So this is designed to train the people that work alongside the dentists in dental practice. Postgraduate qualifications in the School of Dentistry, these are specific for those that have already graduated or are practicing in dentistry. So we have dental education, public health, we have a professional doctorate, and we also have our forensic dentistry programs as well. So there are a number of options in the School of Dentistry. If anybody wishes to find out more information about the university or the programs that we offer, then our website is the sort of one-stop shop for finding out much more information. So there's a huge amount of information about all our programs, both undergraduate and postgraduate, available via our website. So that's our web address there. We also have our in-region person, Vivian Chow, who's joining us here today. She's also an excellent point of contact for any students or anybody interested in our programs within region. And I've included Vivian's email address on this slide here. Yeah, so Viv's based in KL, so not too far away. So yeah, that hopefully gives you an overview of the programs and the university at Dundee, but I'm happy to answer any questions or queries that you might have. So thank you.